What's up, polished friends? Welcome if you're new here. I'm Summer, or Always Polished Life on Instagram. And in this video, I'm bringing you a brand new indie brand called Uno Mas Colors. With Uno Mas meaning one more. Because as this brand says, there's always room for one more. And I couldn't agree more. It's probably why I have 6 greyhounds. Uno Mas Colors is cruelty-free, 21-free, based out of California, and they started formulating in November 2024, but just launched in May 2025. As you'll see, this brand is really creative, and they were kind enough to send me their base coat, top coat, and 7 of their colors. So keep watching, I'll show you.
Uno Mas Colors chose a square style bottle, and their name and logo is etched in the glass. Each bottle is 15 mLs, and I'll share the price point of the polishes during each swatch. Under each swatch, I'll be using the Uno Mas Colors base coat, which is green in color but goes on the nail clear. It's also a thicker, tacky style base coat, which adds extra protection to our nails, allows the polish to adhere better, and helps prevent any staining from strong, pigmented polishes. When I opened a bottle for the first time, I was so pleased to see a wider style flat brush. I find with this style brush, I can do less brush strokes and sometimes only need one stroke to cover my nail, which saves a lot of time. I'll be using the top coat over each polish in all of my finished swatches and lives. Totally Worth It is first, and it's a deep blue with sparkles of copper and pink. This is so pretty, and I'm happy to say the formula is smooth and easy to apply. And just look at all that sparkle, so fun. Here's the second coat. And though Totally Worth It is not opaque looking on my long nail here, probably because I use thin coats to swatch with to prevent pooling at the cuticles, I do think this would be fully opaque on shorter nails. Here's 2 coats of Totally Worth It indoors under my ring light. But here's the same mani in the Florida sunlight, and that sparkle is so pretty. Here it is in motion in my front yard, and you can see it's almost opaque in those 2 coats, but if you prefer your polishes fully opaque, a blurring base coat would do the trick on long nails. And just like its name, I do think this shade is totally worth it with a price of $11. Next is My Little Unicorn, a hot pink polish with delicate blue shimmer, and I just love everything about this polish. Huge unicorn fan over here, although mermaids will always be my favorite. And this shade of pink is so fun and lively. The blue sparkle just makes this polish so special. And the level of opacity on my long nails on that second coat is really good. Here's 2 coats indoors under the ring light. And here it is in the sun, which doesn't really capture the beautiful blue sparkle, but then here's a live to save the day. Elle Woods is so proud right now. And the price point for My Little Unicorn is also $11. Pharma Chameleon is next, and I would guess the name has something to do with Boy George. This iridescent pink polish has shimmers of gold and a subtle green, but the description on the website is so fun to read. In fact, I'm really impressed by their website descriptions in general. They put my descriptions to shame for sure. Not quite opaque on that second coat, but I actually prefer my nail line to show. I think it makes my nails look more natural. But under my ring light here, it looks almost fully opaque. And same here out in my front yard in the sun. But in this live, it does look fully opaque. So if you have shorter nails, this will definitely be fully opaque in 2 coats for you. And Pharma Chameleon also retails for $11 and is definitely one of my top faves. Beyond Icarus is next, and it's a magnetic polish which Uno Mas Colors shows off with a little magnet on the name label, which is great for me because I'm likely to forget which of my polishes are magnetic or not. In the velvetized state, which is the only way I personally like magnetics, Beyond Icarus looks like a cotton candy dream to me with lots of lavender goodness. The formula is smooth and not streaky and self-levels very well. The cat eye version is also actually really pretty, and I'm also seeing some subtle green sparkles in there as well. For my swatches, I velvetized my pinky and pointer fingers and used the cat eye effect on my ring and middle fingers. This shade really pops in the sun and is my favorite from the bunch, as I'm really drawn to the delicate, dreamy shades right now. Magnetics aren't my fave because of all the work, but I would wear this one velvetized. And Beyond Icarus retails for $12. Beyond Icarus may be my favorite shade of what Uno Mas Colors sent me, but this one has the best name. It's called La Chupacabra on Edibles, which just makes me laugh. This shade is blue and purple based with lots of shimmer. I think this is another one of my favorites. This second coat makes the polish look really sheer, but again, I don't lay the polish on very thick with my live swatches to prevent pooling. And if sheerness bothers you, just grab a blurring base coat. Underneath my ring light, La Chupacabra on Edibles is not fully opaque on my long nails, but on shorter nails, I really think it would be. My swatch in the sun does not do this polish justice, but here live, you can see the beautiful sparkle. And La Chupacabra on Edibles retails for $11. Next is Granny Smith, which is another magnetic with a metallic green base and bursts of purple. In the velvetized state, I see greens and even some yellows, which definitely remind me of a Granny Smith apple. And this formula is beautifully done, gliding on the nail flawlessly. In the cat eye state, the purple really comes through and is so pretty, but I must be doing something wrong because the cat eye doesn't really stay in place for me. Leave me your tips and tricks for magnetic polishes in the comments below because I could really use them. I velvetized my pinky and pointer again with my ring and middle nail. It's supposed to be the cat eye effect, but I think this is a big wah-wah on my part, even with the live in the sun. But I still think this polish is super cool. And Granny Smith retails for $12. Last but certainly not least is Main Character Energy. Love that name. And this is a perfect cherry red polish that on shorter nails would definitely be opaque in one coat, making this polish perfect for reverse stamping or freehand nail art in my opinion. This formula, like the others, is creamy and glides on the nail. No blurring base coat needed here because it is opaque in 2 coats on my longer nails. Red is actually my least favorite nail polish color until it's on my nails, but I will definitely be using this polish in future nail art. And Main Character Energy retails for $10. So my final thoughts on this new indie brand are they have an easy to use quality brush. Their formulas are consistent and flow well, being that they're not gritty or watery or too thick. Great price point for specialty polishes and very creative colors. I do recommend the base and top coat as well, which retail for $8 each. My favorite top coat right now is from Maxis, which retails for $10 more at $18. And their brush often leaves brush strokes in my polish. So Uno Mass Colors' top coat, which does also dry fast, may be a good substitute. I just found it's not as glossy as the Maxis top coat, but that's really the only downer. Now, I want to know what you think of this brand. Let's chat in the comments. They do have a new summer collection coming out in July, so keep an eye out. Thanks for hanging out with me and chat with me in between videos on Instagram at Always Polish Life. Until next time, stay polished, my friends.